Hey, what's up, guys? Want to make a quick video today detailing the process of how to craft a ring for Stormbrand. The ring in question is this one right here. So we have life. We have crusader, life hit on life gain on hit with spells. We have T1 cast speed, T1 lightning res, and aceling endurance charge. For the benchcraft, I did fire and lightning because I need flat fire damage in one location for sadist, which is a cluster point. We gain extra elemental damage if we've chill shocked and ignited recently, which you need flat fire damage somewhere to do that. And if you're playing on a crit build that has high crit chance, you're going to be inflicting these ailments basically all the time. So it's just more LE damage. Let's jump into how we did it. So there's two things you can do. There's two things you can do for the start of this ring. You're going to start with the base ring of your choice, and you want it to be at least item level 84 so you can hit tier 1 res. If you're going for a T1 chaos res, I believe it can be 81. Yeah, 81 for T1 chaos res, but you need 84 for fire, cold, or lightning for T1. What we did in this case was we spammed caster reforges until we got T1 cast speed and the T1 res. What's more efficient than this is actually spamming deafening zeal essences. Because if you spam deafening zeal essences, this is going to force you same thing as tier 1 cast speed onto a ring. It's the same thing. T1 cast speed is 16%. Zeal will force that mod, but I didn't have any zeals at the time I made this ring, so that's why I elected to do the caster reforges. So the first thing we do is we spam some until we get T1 res, and we get cast speed of our desired effect, which is T1, of course. So here we can see that the ring currently has T1 lightning res and T1 cast speed. There is a third suffix though. We have like low tier fire res, so we need to annul this. We do here. So right now the ring has an open suffix. The reason we want to open suffix is so we can go for the aceling endurance charge. What we did here was we used veiled chaos orbs. You could do syndicate for this and do aceling rank 4 research to do it if you don't want to like accidentally add a suffix, but I think it's a little bit more efficient in this situation just to go for veiled chaos orb. It's going to save you a lot of time, and it's not too terribly difficult to get a T1 res with T1 cast speed. It's not too terribly difficult. I think we actually crafted this ring in like 10 minutes or less, so it was pretty fast. So what we're going to do here is suffix can't be changed and veiled chaos it in the hopes that we get a veiled suffix. First attempt, we got a prefix, but we still have an open suffix, so we can go again, which we are going to do here. We got another veiled prefix again, but we still have an open suffix, so we're going to veil chaos it again. This time we got a veiled suffix. There's nothing you can do to block it since it's the last suffix mod, so you just have to hit it. As far as odds for hitting it are concerned, we can check Craft of Exile real quick to see. We scroll down. This is the ring section of Craft of Exile. We scroll down on the suffix side and look for veiled mods. Modifier that we want is this one. It has 1500 weight. The total weight pool is 9,100. You get 3 attempts at it. A Craft of Exile is saying it's about a 46% chance. I'm not sure if this is totally accurate or not, but that's what Craft of Exile is saying. With three mods added, or 3 possible mods you can select from for the unveil, it's accounting for about a 46% chance. So here I'm going to unveil it. Hopefully we get the endurance charge. Here we get it. So at this point, the ring suffixes are done. We have T1 cast speed, T1 lightning res, and aceling endurance charge. Our next steps here, there's 2 things you could do. If you're scared of losing or accidentally filling your prefixes and having to gamble annul it, you can suffix lock scour, benchcraft mana to block with, and then X slam until you can get a flat life roll you're satisfied with. The other option is to suffix lock and reforge life until you get a life roll that you're satisfied with. We elected to do the suffix lock life reforge route because it's roughly a 1 in 50 if you decide to X slam to get T1 or T2 life. All the life rolls are equally weighted. On reforged life, I believe it was like a 1 in 9. Or maybe a 1 in 11, somewhere around there for T1 or T2 life. But there's no weighting within the life rolls, so they're all equally weighted. So I think it's easier to try to go for the reforge to hit it since there's no weighting for it. But you do have the risk of filling your prefixes and having to gamble annul it. So here we're gonna go for some life reforges. Of course, suffix can't be changed. Reforge life, so you don't lose your suffixes. Can't remember exactly how many attempts. Might have been like 3 or 4. But I think we ended up with T2 life, which I was happy with. If you're playing trade, you could keep going to try to go for T1, but I was fine with T2, so I stopped there. I guess it was only 2 tries, so we hit T2 life in 2 tries. At this point, we have our suffixes done. We have a life roll we're satisfied with. The final step for this craft is to crusader exalt it. It's kind of hard. Crusader X is kind of hard because there's a bunch of mods that we don't want, right? The mod of interest that we were trying to go for is life gain on hit with spells. It has 500 weight for T1 or 1,000 for T2. So it's a little bit worse than a 1 in 7 to get either tier on the Crusader X. It's roughly a 1 in 15 for T1 life gain on hit with spells on the Crusader X. And there's nothing you can block. None of these mods are blockable, so you just have to straight up try to go for the Crusader X and cross your fingers and hope you hit it. So here we are going to go for the Crusader X. And we got really lucky here. We hit it in 1 attempt. I think you should probably expect to have to craft this ring like 5 or 6 times, roughly. All the other mods leading up to the Crusader step. But here you can see we hit it. We hit the T1 life gain on hit with spells. And once the ring is in this state, you have a couple options. You can either caster catalyze it, which will give you increased cast speed and increased life gain on hit with spells. Or you can life and mana catalyze it, which will give you more life and life gain on hit with spells. I went caster catalyst, but either one's fine. Then, of course, you finish it with your benchcraft that you're going for. If you have an Abyss Jewel in your build that has flat fire on it, then you don't really need the flat fire craft that we ended up putting on our ring. So in that case, you could probably do like minus mana, not channeling skill mana costs, or Not really sure what other prefixes are useful. There's not really any other useful ones besides the minus mana cost and then the flat for sadists. But yeah, it's a short and sweet one, guys. It's not that bad of a craft. I would say prepping each ring up to the Crusader step. Be prepared to spend between 10 and 25 divines roughly per ring. You can probably finish a ring like this with the T1. I would say approximately 60 divines if you account for your misses. We got really lucky hitting this on one try, but you're probably gonna miss this realistically. The life gain on hit, Crusader X. Yeah, guys, a short and sweet one. Hopefully, this helps you craft a ring for your Stormbrand build. All right, guys, I will make more videos in the future as crafts comes up. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys soon.